Welcome to Vietnam, more specifically Hanoi. We are starting our time in Vietnam here and then we'll be working our way down to Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City, whichever you want to call it. Right, so it's game day here in Vietnam. We are off to see Viettel versus Binh FC at the My Dinh National Stadium. I've probably butchered the pronunciation of every single Vietnamese word there, but I'm excited for this one. I want to see what the V-League is like. So we're going to be taking a grab car, just quickest way to get there, about half an hour away. Let's get it. There it is, there's the stadium. That's where we'll be tonight as soon as I can find tickets. So that's all we're on the hunt to do now. There was someone selling tickets outside there, but I don't think she was official. Probably worth showing off the surroundings. It is literally just that's all you can see. Right, we're in now. There's the stadium. Have our ticket. Let's try and see what it's about. It's about an hour to kick off, I think, so. Very, very different vibes to anywhere we've been so far. Cool stadium. Classic running track. Decent enough view as well. You see there's a lot of drums there. Some more over there, so we'll see how much noise is being made there. A lot of army lads have just arrived. Big military presence there. Right, so a quick bit of Googling has revealed to me that Cong is the football team under the military. So that explains the large military presence that is at the game. Because they're both wearing red, it's taken me a stupid amount of time to block that those are the away fans. That was embarrassing of me. And your man down there has brought the symbols out. Safe to say this should be allowed. Fairly on style. Yeah, that was definitely first time. It's completely pushed to the back by the attacker. There's something going on. There's no way it's even that. It did look like it. It's no need to complicate it that much. There we go, it's half time. 1-0 to Binh. I haven't seen the back. I didn't record it because I didn't think it was going to end there. And one was a blind foul. Shock. It's half time. Dramatic first half. That goal, shock. I don't know how the ref has that sound. Granted, I haven't watched it back, but I cannot believe that has been left as it was. Red card as well, clear red. The ref got wrong at first. But other than that, they've been in of just shut up shop, and now I've learned they call themselves Cong, not Vietnamese, and they just haven't been able to get through. They haven't had a shot on target or anything. They had their best attempt there was at the end when they were with a long shot, but they were in a way better way and just messed it all up. So yeah, we'll see what the second half holds. We'll see if they can break them down. They did take off the defender for an attacker towards the end of the half, which makes sense. But yeah, you have to see if it makes a difference. Second half. What an effort. Well, that's it. There we go. 1-0. The red card actually killed it. It was a red, so fair enough. But take Cong just clicked off. And then to take that shot last game again. I need to watch their goal first. I definitely think that was a foul in the build-up. I definitely think that was a foul in the build-up. And so it should never been 1-0, but there we go. Now I've got to find a grab taxi to take me back.
Xin chào ạ.
Xin chào. Well, that is game 6 done. One more goal. But man, what a weird experience. Like, first of all, where the stadium was, just right beside, like, 8-lane motorway. You drop it. First thing I do, I get out of the taxi, because there's no... Maybe buses go to it, but I think they were saying the buses would take double, triple the time. I hop out the taxi. Immediately, there's a scalper there with fucking, like, 6, 7, 8 paper tickets being like, ticket. And I'm like, no, because I know that's not an official salesperson, obviously. And I go in. It's a cool stadium, but like, first thing is you're quite far from the pitch. I think like I've been to other running track stadiums, like the Tokyo at the Ajinomoto Stadium. We were quite far from the pitch, but it didn't feel as far. I guess it was higher up, because like it kind of felt a distance from the pitch. There was definitely that disconnect, and there was no real, like, the food system in the stadium. It was basically like a few carts, and people would just crowd around. They'd grab something and they'd hold it up, or they'd like and scan and be like, show they've paid and stuff like that. It was complete chaos. And the other thing was, like, I sit down and just all of a sudden the army rolls in, and I was like, well, what is going on? And it turns out Cong, not Viettel, well, I guess you can call them both, but they call them Cong, is a military team. So you had all the branches of the military were just chilling, watching the game, cheering, waving their flags, which was a new experience. What the game itself, man, the goal, I wasn't even ready to record because it's such a nothing moment. Like, And it was 100% a foul. It's an over-the-top ball. The defender has it. Okay, makes a shitty pass or whatever, but he gets taken out. Like, he gets pushed or pulled or whatever it was. I still haven't actually. It's
Vietnam hay không?
okay. Here it is.
Vệ đội trưởng Tiến Dũng đã
Yeah, that is a foul, 100%. Okay.
Người vừa ghi bàn đó là Alisson. Tiến Dũng đã
You're looking at this. You're telling me this isn't a foul.
Vệ đội trưởng Tiến Dũng đã rất kinh nghiệm, không có.
Now this goes to VAR, right? So there's got to be a replay in here. Yeah, we get it. He's running.
Trong tình huống này có vẻ như chưa
All right, from that one it looked like less of a foul. Look at this. It's an easy ball back.
Khá hay của Mạc Hồng Quân.
There's a hand. There's definitely a hand on the back there, right? Like.
Của Alisson.
Anyway, we moved on. We moved on from that, right? And then the next big thing was the red card, which once again the ref immediately saw it, and you could see from the viewpoint, studs were involved. It was unfortunate. He hadn't meant to go in like that, but that's how it came out, and he stamped down. And it was a clear red card, and the ref gives a yellow. And then look, it went to VAR. He gets a red card, but that kind of set the game up. Then like, it just became attack versus defense. Binh had like all their lads behind the ball, and Cong just could not create anything ever. They had a few long rangers, just couldn't do anything until like pretty much the last kick of the game. 8-9 yards out, he swipes at it. It's going right at goal. The keeper manager just parry it onto the crossbar, and it's out. And yeah, that was their moment. They couldn't do it. It was a frustrating watch. That's how I would describe the game. But yeah, other than that, it was cool. They were loud. They were very loud. Gotta give them that. They had this like row of drums set up, and they had a brass band. Like, it must be like a military band or something, but they were just going non-stop. It was very cool. Even the away fans brought their own drum, and then as we're leaving, they're like rolling the drums out of the stadium. So that was cool. Like, it was a different vibe. Overall, it was an interesting one because as an experience, it was really fun. But weirdly, there wasn't a sense of, I didn't get a mad tense feeling or anything like that. Maybe it's too early in the season, but like, they were loud and they were into it, it seemed like. But for a team that was 1-0 down for, I think, since the 6th minute or something like that, there was a lack of apprehension, which I would have expected. And I think I just would have expected them to be on the team a little bit more, but they weren't. They were kind of pretty laid back. They would get frustrated at a misplaced pass or a poor shot, but other than that, it was a pretty chill crowd, which not a bad thing. I was just surprised. So yeah, fun experience. It felt like a very different game this time. I don't know why, but there was a different vibe to it. Maybe not to Hong Kong, but I guess, yeah, China, Japan, Korea. They were all on a bigger scale, obviously, but it was a fun experience nonetheless. But yeah, that's game 6 finished. The next one will be in Cambodia, I think, because it's an international break now, so there's no club football, and I don't think there's any international matches I can hit up. So I don't think there'll be another game until Cambodia, which is fine. But yeah, dramatic game, interesting experience. On to the next one. Now, before leaving Hanoi and heading down to Ho Chi Minh City, there's one thing that I can't skip, and that is the Hanoi train street. So we're on the way now, and this should be crazy. From everything I've seen online, you've probably seen it too, but looking forward to it. Alright, we've made it after our trials and tribulations. Got a beer, food on the way, and then we wait for the train. That was pretty cool. I mean, talk about unique experiences. 3 trains passing by that close by to you that fast. You could literally reach out and touch them. Like, I see why it is such a top attraction, because I don't know if there's anywhere else in the world you're getting that kind of experience with trains that close to you in that kind of environment. It was very, very, very cool. Right, well that's us finished here in Hanoi. It's our final day. About to head to the airport and catch a flight down to Ho Chi Minh City. But yeah, what a place. Like, it's so different to anywhere else I've been. The food is amazing. The people are really nice. And I mean, the city itself feels like an attraction. There's not a ton to do in Hanoi, but it's so different. Like, even crossing the road is a bit of an attraction. The train street was amazing. So I'll miss it. I won't miss the air pollution. That is one thing that it's like, I think it's top 10 most air polluted cities. Not that Ho Chi Minh City is far off, but it'll be interesting to see the differences between the two. So kind of looking forward to moving on now and seeing what Ho Chi Minh City is like. We've arrived in Saigon, in Ho Chi Minh City. Just need to get to the accommodation, but let me tell you, the sky is going absolutely mental here. There's thunderstorms, rain showers, everything. The rain in the taxi on the way was crazy. Alright, so I've been hearing that Vietnam is a pretty good place to buy football shirts, and you can see there's markets everywhere. But I've heard you should avoid those and head to actual shops where they're not going to price gouge you. So I'm going to head out to one now. It's about 20-ish minutes away, and see what we can pick up before we leave. Right, we made it. Here we are. Edo's foot. Oh, they're a really cool collection. So let's see what we pick up. Even with some of the older gear. Right, good secured. So we're gonna get back now, do a little haul, but they could not have been more helpful, honestly. They had such a cool range of shirts and all, very cheap. Ciao. Alright, we're back at the accommodation now, and genuinely just in time because it is starting to lash rain and you do not want to be caught in the afternoon rains here, speaking from experience. So yeah, we're safe inside, and I will take you through the 4 jerseys I picked up for 800 dong, which is only like €30. So insane value. Starting with the 2 for me, we've got this retro France with number 10 with Zidane on the back. Can't go wrong. And we also went for this cool like Japanese, I think it's the Tokyo City edition jersey. I don't even know how much these go for in real life, or even if they wore them. I just thought it was a sick looking jersey, so I'm not going to turn that down. And then 2 gifts. We have the Liverpool, I think that's around 07-08 away jersey, and the Inter Miami Oh, I think that's like the LeBron James logo. Not 100%. So yeah, the two in the plastic are for gifts. The two that were open, they're for me, so don't be surprised now if you see me wearing them in future episodes. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is an end to our time in Vietnam and Ho Chi Minh City. Game 6 of 80 complete. And now I'm on my way to the bus stop to get a bus to Phnom Penh and Cambodia. So, getting ready for game 7.